Views expressed by Casters Guild members are only the opinions of that member, and that could change from day to day. Guild members may use mature language, but that in no way means they are mature. Listener discretion is advised.
Which conventions are actually worth attending? What is James Gunn going to do with the future of the DCU? And Iron Mouse just announced her independence. That's the spell we're casting tonight on Casters Guild. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Casters Guild. I am your guild master, Rick Perry, aka Candlejack.
And I am your guild master, Baron Kane, jack of all trades, as played by Bruce Campbell.
And we are going to have a little bit of a lull between episodes. We're not going to leave you with nothing to listen to. We'll be recording a little bit something extra tomorrow, but it will be because I am going to Gen Con next week.
Loser. What a nerd.
And the thing is, it's kind of true because I go to Gen Con and then avoid most of Gen Con.
That's fair.
Every year. I go to Gen Con, I go work at True Dungeon, I do a True Dungeon run, I sit down and play some Magic or something like that, and then most of the time I just chill in the hotel room and enjoy free breakfasts and enjoy like a week where I have no responsibilities, no matter how tiny they may be.
Yeah, that does sound nice. A little vacation.
Yeah.
Because I really don't... It's like, I mean... I would like to consider myself a bit of a nerd. Bit of a geek.
Yeah.
But I just don't see myself enjoying Gen Con anymore. It's too much.
Yeah, it's so overwhelming. It's crazy. The fact that it's like the entire convention center, the entire football stadium, plus 3 other hotels, plus the block party. It is too much. Like, I've been talking to other people about my upcoming plans, about how I covered Origins and about how I'm going to Gen Con. And there are people who don't know, who are still geeks and nerds, but they're like, what's Origins and what's Gen Con? And I kind of go into what they are, and they're like, oh, maybe I'd go to Gen Con. And I'm like, oh, look, I'm not going to tell you don't go to Gen Con.
But I'm telling you.
But my recommendation would be stay away from Gen Con and go to Origins.
Yeah. It's funny, too, because you have thousands of people packed together like sardines who are going to go home and be like, I'm such a geek, I'm such an introvert. And it's like, you were doing just fine a week ago.
Yeah. And that's what it is, too. The exhibit hall at Gen Con is literally sold shoulder to shoulder from the moment it opens to the moment it closes every day at that convention.
Yeah, yeah. Anybody that goes to that, I mean, I'll go ahead and let you claim introvert because there are definitely shades of introvert, and you can definitely disassociate throughout the entire con.
Right.
But yeah, you cannot tell me you're an agoraphobe after that. There's no way.
Yeah. Oh man. See, I've been telling people there's a lot to do at Gen Con, and it's huge, and like all the big announcements happen at Gen Con, but it is a difficult convention to enjoy, especially if you're a first timer. Mm-hmm. And don't make it your first ever convention. Like, it's difficult to enjoy if it's your first time at Gen Con at all. If it's your first ever convention, it's impossible.
I mean, this could be a whole episode in and of itself when we talk about what cons are good to go to. But if it's your first con, find a local con. Find a really teeny tiny con that may even be free and go to it and just see how it feels. And then, kind of just ease yourself in. And again, we're not at Origins doing media right now, but I'm going to say if you're going to go to a big con and you're a gamer, go to Origins.
Yeah.
It's easier on you.
We wouldn't put as much effort into covering Origins if we didn't believe it was such a good convention.
Exactly. It's not like we're getting paid. So, it's there. We don't have any kind of like altruistic methods on this, or I used the wrong word.
Ulterior motives?
Yes, thank you. We don't have any ulterior motives on this, so it's like, yeah, it's that word mess up fucked me up. But yeah, we're not going to sing its praises and tell you to go if we wouldn't completely trust in our opinion on that.
Yeah, even if we weren't going to Origins this press, I'd still go to Origins every year as long as I could afford it.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, you know me, there's been a lot of times where I just couldn't afford to go, but I would love to go again someday just as, a consumer and just go and play games all day and stuff like that. Because I've had the most fun, well, I can't say that outright, because I've had a lot of fun at those little cons, but I would say pound for pound, and, Origins packs a lot of pound, Origins is probably the best big con out there. And if that's what you want, and I'm counting, by the way, I'm counting Dragon Con, I'm counting Gen Con, I'm counting, what I think San Diego Comic Con is like. I can't even imagine going to San Diego Comic Con, or really Dragon Con at this point anymore.
They're all reaching the sizes of Gen Con, and when a convention gets that big, it does get difficult to enjoy it. Now, I will say, if you're the way to enjoy it is if you've been going to these conventions for years, you have a group of friends that you go with, and you already have a plan of what you're going to do before you get there, and you're kind of taking that convention and making your own fun. Because if you are like, oh no, I'm going to Gen Con for the first time, let me look through the event catalog and figure out what I'm going to do, or God forbid, don't look at anything and just show up.
Yeah, if you don't have a plan, you're fucked.
Yeah.
When I went, the times that I went, it was back when Living City was still being done, and I would only go for Living City. Well, I would say Living City, but I went for like the Living game. So Virtual Seattle, Living Greyhawk, Living City. I went to all of those. And then when we had some free time, we would look at the game catalog and just be like, well, this one looks fun. Let's just go do this one in between.
Right.
So, but yeah.
It would be very difficult to do something like that today.
Oh yeah.
I think I will add the one caveat that, like, as far as like Origins being like the best big con that you can go to, is I will add the modifier, the best tabletop gaming convention, big convention you can go to. Having been to MagFest a few times and probably planning on going again in the future, both of them are pretty big conventions. I would say similar size, actually. And both of them I enjoy for very different reasons, because it is MagFest is a very different type of convention than Origins is. So that, and honestly, there's probably so many conventions out there that I hear really good things about PAX, and I've never been to one of those before.
Yeah, I've heard some good things about PAX as well, but I don't see me going anytime soon, for sure.
No, yeah, I mean, same. Origins I'll definitely be going to every year. Gen Con, as long as True Dungeon keeps paying me to be there, I'll be there. And MagFest is one of those that, I'll make it when the budget allows.
Right. You know what? I'm going to make... I hope I can follow through on this, but I really want more small cons.
Yeah?
I think after this recording, I may just do a little search and see what little cons are kind of floating around. Hey, there's that Gary Con that people kept talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of some of the old cons that used to be around Columbus, and I just don't hear about them anymore, and I don't know why. But yeah, I think I'm going to look up some stuff. I may even do the research and post it up on our Discord.
This week, I've seen a lot of friendly local game stores doing events this week for, hey, can't make it to Gen Con? Come hang out at the store. We were going to have this event week long. I feel like those would be worth looking into as well for anyone who can't make it to Gen Con, or it just doesn't want to go to Gen Con.
Yeah, my friendly local game store / comic store has a con that they do every year specifically called Not at Comic Con.
Right.
speaking of Comic-Con, and San Diego Comic-Con, as I brought up a few times, it's this week. As you know, that we are recording the Wednesday before the Monday that this is released. So by the time you hear this, San Diego Comic-Con is going to be over. So, yeah, I guess for San Diego Comic-Con coming up, Guildmaster Rick, what are you excited about coming out?
I have no fucking idea. All the biggest players have decided they are sitting out this year. So I don't even know who's going to be in Hall H at this point.
What do you mean by like the biggest players?
Well, DC is out, Marvel is out, Disney is out, Sony, WB, like all the biggest studios who usually make the big announcements at Hall H every year, they're just not going this year.
Fuck, what are they? Okay, so like for me, San Diego Comic-Con has always been like, I know I'm never going to go.
Right.
But it's always been like the Super Bowl Sunday where, I'm excited to see the fucking trailers. So what are they, what is San Diego, what's San Diego Comic-Con now?
They're gonna fuck around and just become a comic book convention again.
How boring. How boring. How droll. That's crazy.
There's two things I think we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see probably a step up from some of the smaller players, like some of the people who couldn't really get into Hall H before because of all of the studios that were there. So I think we're going to see some surprising things out of Hall H this year. And all those big trailers that you were talking about, with it being like Super Bowl Sunday for you because of, all of the big announcements, I feel like we're still going to get those.
You think they're still going to release some?
Yeah, I think they're still going to release them, and they're still going to release them this weekend. Just not at Comic-Con. It's just going to be like
on YouTube or something.
Yeah, just release it on the internet.
Gotcha. I did see like a little snippet of Wonder Man. Did you see that?
I did not.
Yeah, they released a little snippet of Wonder Man.
Yeah, I would expect to see more of that coming up.
Yeah, especially if they're teasing it. I wonder how it's going to go. It looks like it's filmed nicely, and it's got Ben Kingsley and what's Ben Kingsley's character's name?
You got me.
Yeah, you know what I mean. The one from Iron Man and Shang-Chi.
Oh, the one who played the
Slattery.
Yes.
What the fuck is? Anyways, him and Wonder Man are both in it. So yeah, this should be fun. I'm glad they're getting as much use out of that character as they have.
Yeah, it was kind of unexpected.
Yeah,
I expected it to be a throwaway after Iron Man.
Oh yeah, like I'm surprised he lived, honestly. But yeah, so very cool. Honestly, I mean, I'm just gonna say this straight up. I really have no interest of anything else happening at San Diego Comic-Con besides movie stuff. Mostly because I can't be there. So I can't be there to enjoy the other stuff. At the very least, when they release shit, like trailer-wise, they released it online at the same time, for the most part.
Yeah, I feel like they knew they had to, because somebody is going to have a phone out or some sort of recording device and record the things that happen at Hall H. So if they don't release it, it's going to get leaked. So they might as well just go ahead and release it.
That's fair.
I do think, it's not, like you were saying, you weren't interested, and in the same way I'm not interested, it's not for me. But I do think it's great that it will mean that comic fans might get more comics at Comic-Con.
That's fair.
I'm not doing comics just because I have 80 other hobbies that are all expensive, and I don't need another hobby that's going to drain my wallet.
Yeah, I'll say this. Anybody who reads and enjoys stories, I don't know how they can also be comic book fans. Like, don't get me wrong, I love comic books. I will read them when I can, but as someone who enjoys stories and also has a bit of a completionist streak in them, that's dangerous.
No, agreed.
Because that's like, okay, all right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get Spider-Man. That's what I'm going to stick with. And I'm going to read through this stuff. All right, wait a minute. Hold on. They're doing a crossover with Iron Man this week? Okay, well, I got to get that Iron Man one so I can get him. oh, they're carrying on the story in the Iron Man comic now, and Spider-Man's going to go back to his, but what they started here is going to keep going. Well, I guess I better keep reading the Iron Man comic while I'm reading the Spider-Man. Wait, they're releasing Spectacular Spider-Man too? Well, I said I would stick with Spider-Man, so I got to get Spectacular and the Amazing Spider-Man? So I got Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man, and Spectacular Spider-Man, all that I have to get? Oh, cool. All right, I guess I can get to Peter Parker Spider-Man? How many Spider-Man books do you need? It's too much. I don't understand. I mean, even if it's your sole hobby, it's like, how do you keep up?
I don't know how you went through all of that without even using Ultimate as an example.
My friend, I could have kept going for a while.
I'm sure.
I had to stop sometime.
Yeah, especially if you were trying to like dip a toe in comic books, man, Spider-Man is not a small place to start.
Nope. They're also re-releasing Spider-Boy from the Amalgam Comics here pretty soon. Like, the first time in 30 years is what they said in the tagline, and it's like, have they released any of the other ones? What do you mean re-released Spider-Boy? I don't get what you're trying to tell me right now.
Yeah, comics is a monster.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you think about all... It's like, I collect board games. Kinda. You know, one would assume collecting board games, you would just get anything and everything you can get. That's not what I do. But it still takes up a lot of room.
Man, that would be... I don't think... You'd have to be a millionaire.
Yeah, who could do that? Who could do that?
You'd have to be a millionaire.
Yeah, and have a huge house to go with it. And then you would still probably not get everything.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean,
what started that tangent again?
Comic-Con. And what we can expect from Comic-Con kind of moving forward with the big players sitting out.
Sorry, got emotional.
And yeah, so the point I was trying to make was basically that like comic books are not for you and me just because it's a monster and we already have enough monsters in our life.
Yeah.
So there is that, and it was impossible for any studio that wasn't one of those big studios to make any kind of meaningful announcements during the time of Comic-Con because they just get overshadowed by those big studios. And it might be interesting to see what comes out of Comic-Con. If anything, I'm kind of excited by this news because I don't think we're going to miss out on any announcements that we got before. I just don't think they're going to happen at Comic-Con. But I feel like we might get some new stuff that we weren't expecting.
Yeah.
But on the more disappointing side of announcements, it looks like Beyond the Spider-Verse has been pushed back yet again.
Well, I think that while disappointing, I believe that it would be unrealistic for us to think that they're pushing it back to eventually cancel, because there's no way that they're going to scrap this movie. But it's still kind of shitty that they keep pushing it back. What was the reasoning this time?
Well, to be fair, this pushback is not a huge pushback. It was supposed to be coming in June 4th, 2027, and now it's June 25th, 2027. So it's just a couple weeks that this got pushed back, honestly. I've got that from an article on Geek Tyrant, and I'm kind of scanning it again right now, but I'm not sure if they gave a specific reason.
Just that they're pushing it back.
Yeah.
Maybe they had reshoots.
But, I mean, it was initially supposed to be March 29th, 2024. And it has gotten pushback after pushback since then.
The fact that it's all the way out to 2027 now is insane.
Right.
I feel like they almost had to... It sounds like they just had to redo the whole movie.
Gotta be.
That's like a whole 3 years.
Also, I feel like they had initially planned like this 3-movie release, and they had planned 3 release dates, and then after the bar that was set with the previous movies, I feel like they realized that they were not going to reach that bar in the amount of time that they gave themselves.
That's fair.
And I think they saw that people noticed all the little things that they put in there. And now they realize, well, if we don't put that much attention to detail into this third movie, they're going to realize it's missing. and be disappointed. So as long as they're taking this time to make the movie that they want to make and make it as good as the previous two movies. Honestly, the second movie is way better than the first movie, and that's saying something because the first movie was amazing.
Sure.
I might even say that the second one was spectacular.
Oh.
So this last one could be the ultimate animated Spider-Man movie.
You know what? I think it's going to be the Peter Parker animated Spider-Man.
But honestly, as long as it's as good as the first one, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know, I'm just kind of worried, especially with all the controversy that was going down with the voice actor for the for Miles there for a little bit.
Yeah,
it's kind of concerning, but I guess all we can do is wait and see.
Yeah, because they're not giving us a lot here with all each delay. They're just kind of saying, "Yep, we're pushing it back further because we need more time to work on it." And it's like, okay, I guess so. They're not giving us any specifics, so it's difficult to really speculate. But I'll take what I can get and just continue to look forward to this new Spider-Man movie.
Yep.
But as long as we're talking about looking forward to things, Critical Role's video game that they have been kind of teasing at forever kind of got an official announcement.
Yeah, I saw that. And I mean, don't get your hopes up. It's not like they're releasing screenshots or plot or anything like that. It's just a announcement that they are hooking up with Ad Hoc Studios to do the game.
Now that announcement honestly gives us a lot of information, because I feel like a lot of people were expecting Critical Role to come out with like a Baldur's Gate 3 style of game. And if Ad Hoc is the developer who they're hooking up with, it's definitely not going to be that.
Correct. It's going to be more of your Telltale kind of games. Your choices matter, cinematic kind of style of game.
Now, I heard about Ad Hoc due to a recommendation that you gave for Dispatch.
Oh, yeah.
And I have downloaded a demo, but I have not played it yet. But just from the videos that I've watched, I am excited to play it. It does look good, and I feel like it means good things for the upcoming Critical Role game.
Yes, I will say that I did get to play Dispatch, the demo, and it's pretty good. It's funny, it's well animated, and then there's aspects of the game that are like if you've ever played Telltale games before, where it's like you get in a fight with somebody and you have to hit the button at just the right time. This one has little differences in that you're essentially playing a little superhero team management game where you decide where someone goes, when they go, if they have to go with somebody else, and you have to take into account, is this the kind of mission that they're good for, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, I digress. But it sounds like that this is the style of game that is going to go with Critical Role, which I don't hate.
Yeah,
with the style of game that they tend to do, this seems to be spot on.
Yeah, with the article that I'm reading on Polygon here, basically it looks like it's going to be a whole new story outside of the ones that have been told on Critical Role, but in the same universe, the same world, with a lot of the same characters, where, it's going to be a cinematic story where you're making the choices and your decisions matter and change the outcome of the story. I wonder if that means they're going to have to pick an ending that is canon for, like, future Exandria projects.
I'm sure that is the case. My question is, are we going to play as one of the well-known characters, or are they going to make up a brand new PC for us to guide through this world?
Yeah, that could definitely be... They could go either way with it. Because they've, in similar games, I'm only thinking of Telltale right now just because I don't have a whole lot of experience with Ad Hoc, but where like Telltale has either given you control over a known character, or if they make a new character that will interact with these well-known characters. I could also see it being like a tossed POV, like toss it to this character, toss it to that character, and like you'll play from different characters' POVs over different periods in the story. I also think it'd be interesting if you got to play as one character and then it kind of rewound and played some of the same scenarios from a different character's perspective, where you had to live with the consequences of the decisions you made from a different character's perspective.
That could be fun.
But of course, that's all just speculation. There's nothing that says it's going to be like that here in the article.
Oh yeah, it may not even be a Telltale style game either. It could be like a Baldur's Gate game. We don't know.
Yeah.
It probably won't be, but you know what I mean.
We don't have a release date or anything like that. It's still going to be pretty far out. They're still very much in the early stages of this thing. But it's definitely something to look forward to for Critical Role fans.
Absolutely.
There's an announcement trailer that came out recently for a game I know you're not going to be excited about, Baron. I will also say, I'm going to start by saying this is a horror game. And we all know that you don't like horror games.
Right.
I am very selective about my horror games. I do enjoy a rare horror game now and again.
I will say that I, too, depending on your definition of a horror game, there are horror games that I enjoy as well.
But there was a trailer for Hellraiser Revival that came out recently. And there were two versions of the trailer that was safe for YouTube, and then the trailer that you have to go to their website for because it is definitely not safe for YouTube.
What? Imagine that.
This game is definitely going to be rated M, bordering on AO, if anything.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you watched the Red Band trailer that I linked. Oh, it gets intense. The trailer honestly starts with a straight up BDSM sex scenario.
Well, let me go and check that out real quick.
And then leads quickly into straight gore.
Let me back out of that real quick.
So, yeah, I mean, as Hellraiser is known to do.
Wow.
It has a little bit of gameplay snippets in there. And I want to say, off of this trailer, it's not immediately a buy for me. I know a couple people that it is a buy for just because it's coming out, period. Like, you could just tell them Hellraiser game, and boom, they're buying it, period. I am looking forward to seeing more from this game and seeing some reviews, but this game could easily be one of the few horror games that I actually will give a try.
Okay. Can't fault you there.
Let's go as far away from Hellraiser as we possibly can with this next thing. Pokemon has a new animated series coming out. They've made a little release trailer for the misadventures of
Flapjack,
Sirfetch'd, and Pichu.
Oh, I was way off.
And it is from Wallace and Gromit Studio.
What?
Yeah, I grew up with some of the Wallace and Gromit stuff. I watched this little teaser letting me know that the series is going to be coming in 2027. And it is definitely Wallace and Gromit style animation that you are familiar with. So
what you're telling me is we're getting the announcement now. It's coming out in 2027.
That's correct. All it was a little teaser to announce the release date. That's all we got.
Sure, but then we look back at the Spider-Verse, which was originally supposed to come out in 2024.
Yeah.
And then got pushed to 2027.
True.
In 2024.
Yes.
Wow.
I would not anticipate such a push for the misadventures of Sirfetch'd and Pichu.
Can you imagine? It's like in 2026 they're going like, man, sorry, we're pushing it back 3 years. It's like, okay, we just won't watch it. Okay.
Coming out in 2030.
Right. It's like, well, if I'm still alive, I guess I'll watch it.
Yeah. If the world still exists.
Jesus.
For anyone who doesn't know Wallace and Gromit, first of all, what are you doing? Look them up. Find some stuff on YouTube. You can just look for Wallace and Gromit. That's not just the name of the studios. They named it that because that was the project they originally worked on. It was like a show. They did a few movies. It's fantastic humor and great handmade animation.
And then right after that, watch Chicken Run.
Chicken Run is good. Chicken Run
Same
is good.
people.
They even did a short for Star Wars Visions.
Did they?
Yeah.
Where I had to have seen it.
It wasn't their standard style. Like, it wasn't like the claymation style.
Got it.
Like, it doesn't look like Wallace and Gromit. It doesn't look like Chicken Run.
Got it.
But yeah, they definitely did do one of the Star Wars visions.
I wonder if Star Wars approached them and they were like, "Hey, you should do one," and they're like, "Oh yeah, yeah," and then like the Star Wars people are gonna be like, they're probably back in their little studios smoking their money, and they're like, "You know what? This is gonna be great. Star Wars done in the Wallace and Gromit style," and then they got the cartoon and they're like,
"The fuck
well,
is this?
This isn't what we ordered."
Good though.
Yeah. All right, fine. We'll post
it. But while it may not be made out of clay, I do know where you can get a lightsaber that is better than a stick.
Where's that?
Level Up Sabers.
Oh, hell yes.
Could you use an awesome lightsaber for cosplay, dueling, or home decoration? Check out Level Up Sabers, the only lightsaber guaranteed better than a stick. And with lots of fairly priced options, including baselit and Xenopixel, you'll be able to find exactly what you're looking for without breaking the bank.
Every Level Up Saber comes equipped with color change, gesture controls, volume control, sound fonts, and flash on clash, with the baselit options being strong enough to duel with, and the Xenopixel options adding even more cool effects. To check them out and help Casters Guild, click our link in the description. Coming back in, we did get some news that, honestly, we were talking about this before we started recording, and we found the headline to be a little misleading.
Yes, very much so.
But an R flag means death creator is
No. I want to be very clear. Polygon, shame on you. I'm going to read the headline exactly how it's written.
Go for it.
Our flag means death creator finds his next wacky show in DC Universe.
Yep.
It didn't say 1 Our flag meets death. It didn't say an Our flag meets death. It says our flag means. Now, listeners, I know what you're thinking. Unless you're being very pedantic right now, you must be talking about Taika Waititi. They are not.
Nope.
They are not.
Instead, we're talking about David Jenkins.
Good old David Jenkins,
who has been tapped to write the pilot for Booster Gold.
Now it's going to be a TV show?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a TV show on Max.
I don't hate that. It's almost appropriate, really.
Yeah, you think so? I mean, you know more about Booster Gold than I do.
He's in it for the fame.
Yeah, that much I know.
And while a movie kind of screams, "Oh, you're most famous in a movie," I don't know. It's something about an episodic TV show that seems to be very appropriate for character. Well, just like Wonder Man. Wonder Man was an actor and, was in it for the fame and stuff like that. So it just really strikes me as pretty appropriate to have these TV shows dedicated to this. Now, I will say this. I am still disappointed that we're not getting the Booster Gold that we deserve.
Okay.
And we're definitely not going to get that Booster Gold, because they're already using that actor in the new DCU.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I remember you telling me about this. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. They already established that Blue Beetle was a former, and I believe that Blue Beetle is still canon. I think that James Gunn said that he's still canon. But they established Blue Beetle is an older, maybe retired superhero.
Mm-hmm.
And I still think that based off of that information, we could still have an Alan Tudyk Blue Beetle and a Nathan Fillion Booster Gold. However, they fucked up. They used him for Guy Gardner to hilarious results. He was great as Guy Gardner, but I will always mourn the loss of the Booster Gold that we deserved.
Yeah, and we can't have 3 Nathan Fillions in the DCU.
Yeah, it's just getting ridiculous at this point.
I don't think they've announced who will be Booster Gold at this point. I mean, like they still haven't even necessarily written it yet.
No.
So
no announcements. Though, if they were smart, they would have already cast him and then had him appear in Peacemaker.
Oh yeah, that's true. Now,
but I think Peacemaker already has a lot of shit going on. But go ahead.
Here's something I didn't know. David Jenkins has said that he's very happy to inherit this product from Danny McBride.
Really? What?
So I didn't know Danny McBride apparently was going to be writing Booster Gold, and now it's going to David Jenkins.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think a Danny McBride Booster Gold would be hilarious, though.
Agreed. Agreed. I mean, like, if you look at anything else that he's written...
I'm talking about him playing Booster Gold.
Oh. The writer and star.
You're right.
You know what? Maybe we'll still see Danny McBride as Booster Gold, and that's why he stepped down as writer. He was like, this is going to be too much. I can't do both.
Yeah. I wonder why he stepped down. I'll have to look into that a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. I'm really interested to see what more he's going to do. Okay. I'm going into a DC talk. Is that fine?
Do it.
Do we got the time for that? You sure?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. I'm really excited to see what James Gunn is going to do with this DC. Are we doing DCEU or is it DCU now? What are we doing?
I think it's just DCU at this point.
DCU. Let's go with DCU. I'm really excited to see what he's going to do. However, I have a suggestion. I may have talked about this last week. I don't know. This time last week, I hadn't seen Superman yet.
Mm-hmm.
As of now, I've seen Superman. And let me tell you, I was blown the fuck away. Have you seen it yet?
No, but I mean, I've heard nothing but good reviews. I have to see it at this point.
Well, yeah, I want you to hear it from your fellow guildmaster, okay? It is beautiful. It is beautiful. It is full of hope. It's funny. It's somber in the right spots. It's so well written. You got a lot of those Snyder Bros out there, saying what they want. Okay, spoilers. Do you care about a spoiler?
No.
Okay, there's a part where Krypto is taken, right?
Right.
And Superman's talking to Lois. They have a very emotional moment, and he's like, "All right, well, I'm going to go turn myself in."
Okay.
And she's like, "What? Why?" And he's like, "Well, because they'll probably take me where Krypto is." And she's like, "But he's just a dog." And then this motherfucker says this. You ready? He's just a dog, not even a good one, but he's probably scared.
That's fucking Superman right there.
Right? I'm like, gave me fucking goosebumps when he fucking said that. I'm like, that's beautiful. Beautiful. And it's like they wrote him perfectly. And then, in the same movie, they've got Guy Gardner, they've got and Hawkgirl, who both are kind of like not great matches with Superman because they're really anti-hero-ish. And then Mr. Terrific, you know what? Mr. Terrific, they had a scene in there, and the best I can describe, his scene was the most Guardians of the Galaxy scene in the whole movie.
Okay.
It was very much like a Yondu scene mixed with Star-Lord.
Okay.
I'm just going to leave it at that. You're going to see it, you're going to understand, and it's not going to take away any of the enjoyment.
Sure.
Mr. Terrific is wonderful. One might say, terrific. And I hope he gets his own show, movie, everything. It's going to be great. In fact, you know what I'd really love? I'd love one of those little lamps that floats and have him in his little chair with the little orbs floating around him. Anyways. But it's great. Now, here's the rest of my rant. That's just the build up to my rant. Can you believe it? The next part. I'm
here for it.
Yeah. The next part. If James Gunn does the Wonder Woman movie and the Batman movie, just like he did Superman, we could have a Justice League movie in 3 movies.
Yeah.
And it would be great. And I bet you're wondering, what do you mean? Not you. You're not wondering that. But you out there listening.
I am kind of wondering. I want to know
You kind of wonder?
I want to know your roadmap for this.
You want my roadmap?
Yes.
Okay, and then you out there listening right now who has no clue, you know who you are. I'm about to explain it. Hold on. So, you have Superman, right? He exists. He's a guy who exists. He's an established hero. They're all going to be established heroes. Can you believe it?
No more origin stories. James Gunn already said it.
And I'm fine with that. Actually, after this, I'm fine with that. Even though we did get a little bit of origin. Anyways, Superman, right? Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Terrific. And then, I never put that together. Mr. Terrific and Mr. Fantastic. Huh. Anyways, Mr. Terrific, Hawk Girl, fucking Guy Gardner. You know what? We're even going to throw Supergirl in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody keep a track, right? That's 5 superheroes. And you got 1 supervillain, technically. Oh, you know what? No. Hold on. Metamorpho. That's another superhero that's in there. Did you not watch the trailers? Did you not see the spoilers? Metamorpho's in there. Settle down. Then we got 1 supervillain. They did this whole fucking movie, technically, with 1 supervillain. Technically.
Yeah.
They had a couple other ones, but they were barely characters. Sad for them, I'm sorry, but one of them did count. And the other one really, I think, deserved a little more screen time, a little bit more character instead of kind of what she was doing. Anyways, so that's 5 characters, right? Let's just say that's 5 superheroes, right?
Yep, we're keeping count.
Then we got
5.
You got Wonder Woman. And you know what? And they're not even really related to Superman, except for Supergirl, whatever. But you got the other ones that just aren't even really related to Superman. So you bring in Wonder Woman. And, she brings in with her, let's just say she brings in with her the Question. For some reason, because whatever, it doesn't make sense. Neither did Hawk Girl and Guy Gardner. But yeah, let's just say the Question or Hawk and Dove. Oh, there we go. You bring in Hawk and Dove. Who else we got? I don't know. Let's bring Blue Beetle back into this one too. And there we go. That's 4 people. You got 4 people. So those 4, and then Wonder Woman. You got another group. Next is Batman. So you got Batman. Sure, we're going to throw in Robin just because we're cheating at this point. You know what? We'll even throw in Nightwing because at this point, Nightwing's grown up and he has another Robin at this point. So that's 3.
We already know Damian is coming in.
Oh, well, and then there we go.
So we already know that, like, if Damian is Robin, then we definitely have Dick as Nightwing at this point.
Ah, gotcha. So you know what? No, let me back up. We're not even going to count them to be in the Justice League. We're going to say all Robins are disqualified from the Justice League, as well as Batgirl. Okay.
I mean, at this point, if we've got Damian Wayne as Robin, that means Dick as Nightwing and Jason as Red Hood are all out there.
We're also counting Tim as Red Robin.
Yes.
Yeah. So how about this? You got Batman, Green Arrow, Hawkman. You know what? Let's just throw in Black Canary too because she's there, and Red Tornado. There, 5. So you got all those people. That's like 15 heroes that are all introduced, all established. They all have their own personalities. They've all done shit. That next movie, it's going to bring all those characters all together to form the Justice League because something bad's happening.
So what's the thing?
Probably Darkseid. No, Brainiac. Brainiac. It's Brainiac. Brainiac is, in fact, actually, that's how they're going to do it. They're going to. I don't know what they're going to call it, but it's going to be Brainiac, and he's going to be doing the whole take control of your heroes things, right? So all these heroes that have been showing up and all the other things, they're going to be slowly taken over. Sorry, guys, you're going to get Hawkeyed. That's just all there is to it. Fucking suck it up.
You did not just call it you're going to get Hawkeyed.
Yes. You're going to get Hawkeyed. Suck it up. Jeremy Renner, you whined about it for a little bit. It's what's necessary. Don't get into the DCU if you have a problem with it. So they're going to start taking him over. It's going to come down to just Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, right? They're all 3 going to work together and they're going to start freeing them, saving them, whatever. And it's all going to culminate in a big fight with, the big brain ship or whatever Brainiac happens to be in or whatever. And, that's that.
That's a hell of a roadmap.
Right? I'd hire me, DC.
I'd watch that for $1.
I mean, that may be all it's worth.
No, but in all seriousness, man, I mean, like that I feel like that would have butts and seats. And
yeah,
that's what they want at the end of the day.
Yeah. And they could do it in 3 movies.
Mm-hmm.
That's the killer. Is James Gunn he set it. He set the precedent with this first movie. And he could easily have a full Justice League at the end of 3 movies. But that's not even what he's doing. He's doing movies and TV shows. Because, if they're going to do a Justice League or whatever, they're going to do a big, ensemble movie where everybody's going to be in it. Peacemaker may even show up and get taken over by Brainiac or whatever. Maybe that's the movie where Peacemaker finally dies. Whatever. I don't know.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, a lot of good shit.
I don't even know how to follow that, man. That was fantastic.
Thank you. I just needed to take a big breath and go.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's just go to something entirely different. That way I don't necessarily have to follow it.
Okay.
So I don't know how much you know about VTubers.
It's funny. My boss at the last job I was at actually got me into VTubers. God, I wish I could remember the name of the company that he got me into. I really hope it's not this one, but anyways, it's the one that fuck it, I can't even pronounce her name. But anyways, Iron Mouse, who we're about to talk about, actually ended up being one of my favorites out of the group. Yeah.
So Iron Mouse has just announced that she is leaving VShojo.
Mm-hmm.
Which VShojo is probably the biggest VTuber. I don't even know what they would call themselves.
Company, stables,
management company, I guess.
Oh, HoloLive. HoloLive is the one that he introduced me to.
Oh, gotcha. So this apparently all started last fall when Iron Mouse did a subathon and got over 300,000 subscribers signing up during that subathon, with the point of that subathon being the proceeds, or the majority of the proceeds, going to the Immune Deficiency Foundation.
Which, if you don't know anything about Iron Mouse, she is essentially bedridden because of a immune deficiency that she has.
CVID specifically, common variable immunodeficiency, which basically means her immune system doesn't work very well, if it works at all.
Right.
The biggest reason she became a VTuber is because she couldn't go out and make friends, but this was a way for her to interact with people. So this is a cause that's very near and dear to her heart. She raised more than $500,000 for this charity during this subathon. Iron Mouse later found out that not only was she not getting the amount that she was supposed to get from VShojo, she was being underpaid by VShojo, but more than $500,000 still has not been paid out to the charity from VShojo.
Yeah, that's shitty.
There are apparently even more details here that we don't know about, that Iron Mouse has said her attorney has recommended that she not speak out on just yet until some of the legal proceedings can be done. So we're probably going to hear even more about this in the future. This came to my attention because I follow not a VTuber, Connor VA, who's a voice actor who regularly does collaborations with Iron Mouse.
Yeah.
Connor pointed out that if he didn't make enough money from streaming and for some reason just needed to quit streaming, he could go out and get another job and probably still be fine and be able to live. But Iron Mouse, on the other hand, if she isn't getting paid the money that she's owed, what else is she going to do?
Right, exactly.
Which makes it an extra shitty move by VShojo. Now, after this announcement, and it's not explicitly stated that this is all happening because of Iron Mouse's announcement and a bunch of these VTubers are doing this with solidarity for Iron Mouse, or if they're all just kind of getting ripped off by VShojo as well.
There was word at least one other one was getting ripped off as well.
But out of the 13 VTubers that VShojo currently has listed, the majority of them have all posted messages that are they are either one, taking a break for streaming, or two, cutting ties with the talent agency altogether.
Yeah, which I'm sure is a huge mistake on their part, because I'm sure any other talent agency would be happy to snatch up most of them.
Yeah, a lot of them do have contracts, but I feel like legally they will be able to get out of these contracts if they are not being paid.
considering V Shoujo is breaching their contract.
Yeah, and they could always pull a Gargura, I believe her name was.
Correct.
Where basically she just retired her old model.
Oh, they do that all the time, by the way.
Yeah. And
like that Gargura, goddamn, I can't remember. I can't get her name right. But that's not the first time she's done that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But they could always just get a new model, get a new name, and do something entirely different.
Yep.
But this article on Kotaku that I'm looking at, where I got a lot of these details from, point out that Justin Ignacio, the current CEO of Vtubers, gave no indication that something was amiss when he did an interview with Rolling Stone last week.
Oh, shit.
And this was the quote from Rolling Stone last week from Justin Ignacio. We know what we're good at, and we know what we want to get better at, and we want to lean into that while making sure our creators, our talents, are able to communicate what success looks like for them, and we are aligned to build that out. End quote.
Okay.
Which, man, that aged like milk left on the counter real quick in the last week.
It aged like milk on the counter for a week.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh my god, Kotaku hit the nail on the head. I gotta give the writer credit for this one. Right after the quote, he says, apparently for many of them, success looks like no longer working with V-Shoujo.
Wow.
So credit to Ethan Gatch, the writer of this article, for that one. Man, that's a burn. Oh man, but like, you know, I'm just happy they're able to do something here. There are so many creators out there who get under the thumb of some of these bigger companies, and like,
yep,
everything that they can do is just completely shackled. And the fact that Iron Mouse is leading the charge here and the others are backing her up and they have some sort of legal recourse here, I hope that everyone involved gets everything that's coming to them.
Yep. And in the meantime, just a little conversation about VTubers in general. If you've not experienced VTubers, please give it a shot. They do great music. If you've ever been into anime music videos, they have great music videos that they collaborate with some great artists with, and like they have anime level fucking music videos that they do for this. They're really fucking funny. Like if you watch streamers, they're great to watch. And like just taking it from me, who kind of saw VTubers from a distance and was like, well, that's kind of silly. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think I'd be into it. I'm not gonna. And then finally checking it out, and it's just like, well, this is just a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun. And if you need a recommendation for an agency to check out, please go check out HoloLive. They're really fucking cool.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. All right, and the last thing I'm going to bring up here on today's episode, I very rarely do we shout out other creators here during episodes unless they are actually on the episode. But I do want to take a minute to shout out Bad Street on Twitch, because this Friday, it'll be done by the time this episode comes out, but your Guildmasters are being created as wrestlers for his Twitch show. He claims that there's a claim on his tagline that is the best show on Twitch, and I'm inclined to agree. It's a really entertaining show. So
yeah, it was pretty funny watching. I didn't get to hear a lot because I was at work, but yeah, it was funny.
So coming up soon, we are going to be wrestlers on this show. What he does is he creates insane wrestlers to add to the stable of his show, and it sets up a weekly wrestling show for these wrestlers with pay-per-views and everything like that. So pretty soon, your Guildmasters will be making a run at the Tag Team Championship.
I think we got this.
It's currently held by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. And
we definitely got this.
They've been holding it for a really long time. They've taken out a lot of really strong tag teams, including 2D and Murdoch from the Gorillas. So,
Well, you know what it sounds like is that the people that they've been wrestling are just a bunch of jabronis.
And I would keep a lookout on this show. I mean, I would definitely, the information is in our Discord. I would say give them a follow, because you may even see some promos recorded by us for upcoming matches. So with all that being said, email us at castersguild@gmail.com. Let us know what you think Comic-Con is going to be from now on. Let us know what you think is going to be coming out of Comic-Con. Or actually, I think it's a little late for that, because at this point, the episode's out, Comic-Con happened. Let us know what you think Comic-Con will be moving forward.
Yeah.
Make sure you tune in next week. We're going to have an episode where we will be playing a game with 2 other creators that I have stolen wholesale from Lou Wilson. It's a very fun game. I'm looking forward to it. Join us on the Discord. That's where all the fun stuff is happening. And we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. See ya. Bye. Let's get out.
Why are you still here?